हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट डिवाइस जिसका नाम है पोटेंशियोमीटर, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। स्टूडेंट्स, a potentiometer is a device which measure EMF of a cell or potential difference accurately. A voltmeter can also measure potential difference accurately, but such voltmeter must have infinite resistance. But a voltmeter of infinite resistance cannot be designed. So, students, to measure potential difference accurately or EMF of a cell, we use potentiometer. Principle of potentiometer. Students, working of potentiometer is based on this principle that when a constant current flow through a wire of uniform area of cross section, then the potential drop across any part of the wire is directly proportional to length of the wire. Means V is directly proportional to L, length of the wire. As we know that if we have a wire of resistance R and a current I flow through them, then the potential difference across the wire by Ohm's law V will be equal to IR. Also, the resistance of the wire in terms of length and area, you know, rho R is equal to rho L by A. Then value of V will be equal to I rho L by A. For a wire of uniform area of cross section and uniform composition means that throughout the wire the nature of the material does not change, means resistivity of that particular conductor remain unchanged. So resistivity will be constant, and uniform area means the thickness of the wire, that is also constant, means area is constant as current flowing in the wire is constant. So I rho and divided by A, this term become constant, a new constant K. So V is equal to K into L, or V is directly proportional to L. Student, this is the principle of potentiometer on which its working is based. As V is directly proportional to L, now students, if we draw a graph between V and L, then it will be a straight line passing through the origin. So this is the graph between V and L. So the slope of VL and V by L, slope of this graph is V by L, and that is equal to K. Here this constant K is called potential gradient. Now we define potential gradient. Potential drop per unit length is called potential gradient. So across a wire, the potential drop per unit length in the potentiometer is called potential gradient. V by L is equal to K. Its SI unit is volt per meter and its practical unit is volt per centimeter. Students, mostly in numerical problems and in practical, we use practical unit, that is volt per centimeter. Now construction. In a potentiometer, a long wire 10 meter long is stretched on a wooden board between 2 points in the form of coil. Student, this is a wooden board, and on this wooden board a 10 meter long wire is stretched in the form of coil. So this is the 10 meter long wire which is stretched between 2 point A and B in the form of coil. Here the ends of wire AB is connected with a battery, rheostat and a key. This circuit is called auxiliary circuit. Here this circuit provides a constant current to the wire of potentiometer. If this circuit is used to measure internal resistance of a cell, then the point A is connected with a cell. In parallel with the cell, a resistance box, a key is connected. The ends of the cell and resistance box is connected with a galvanometer along with a jockey J. This is the complete circuit diagram to find the internal resistance of a cell with the help of potentiometer. Students, after completing this circuit diagram, first of all we touch the jockey J with point A. If on touching the jockey with point A, if the deflection in the galvanometer is in one direction, suppose it is in left direction, then we touch the jockey J with point B, and on touching the jockey with point B, if the deflection will be in opposite direction, then the circuit is correct and we can proceed further to find the internal resistance of the cell. Now we move the jockey along the wire and we reach at a point where the deflection in the galvanometer becomes 0. That point is called balance point, and the length of the wire from point A to that balancing point is called balancing length. Suppose in this case it is L1. Then the EMF of the experimental cell it will be directly proportional to L1, that is balancing length. Here in this case we have taken the potential drop across the wire as EMF of the cell, because in this case the cell is in open circuit, it does not flow any current through the resistance box. Now this is equation 1. Now we insert key K1 and we take out some suitable resistance R from the resistance box, and again we repeat the experiment to find the balance length or balance point. Let the balancing length in this case is L2, then the terminal potential of the cell V will be directly proportional to L2. In this case the balancing length is directly proportional to terminal potential of the experimental cell, because in this case the cell is in closed circuit. Again we know, student, that the internal resistance of the cell R will be equal to R, that is external resistance, E by V minus 1. Now putting the value of E and V in this relation, we got the internal resistance R is equal to R L1 upon L2 minus 1. So by substituting the value of capital R, that is resistance from the resistance box, L1, L2, these are the balancing length, we can calculate the value of internal resistance of the cell. Students, this potentiometer is also used to measure or to compare the EMF of the two cells. In this case, when we use potentiometer to compare EMF of the two cells, the same structure is auxiliary circuit of the potentiometer is same, that is connected with a battery, rheostat, a key between the ends of the potentiometer wire. Now the point A is connected with the positive terminal of both the cells whose EMF to be compared, and the negative terminal of both the cells are connected with a two-way key K1 and K2, and the common terminal is connected with a galvanometer G along with a jockey J. Student, in this case, first of all, K is closed and a constant current is allowed to flow through the wire AB. Then the jockey, then first K1 is closed and the jockey is touched with point A and B. If the deflection in the galvanometer is in opposite direction, then the circuit is okay and we proceed further. Now we move the jockey along the wire AB and we find the balance length as in the previous article. Let it is L1, then E1 will be directly proportional to L1. Again we insert the key K1 and take out the key K2, so that the cell insert key K2 and take out key K1, so that the cell E2 become in the circuit, and in this case the balancing length suppose is L2, so E2 will be directly proportional to L2. Now dividing these two, E1 by E2 will be equal to L1 upon L2. So by finding the value of L1 and L2, we can compare, we can find the ratio of EMF of the two cells. This is the second experiment and second use of potentiometer which is in theory as well as in practical classes. Students, now we define some terms related to the potentiometer, that is sensitivity of potentiometer. A potentiometer is called sensitive if it shows a significant change in the balancing length for a small change in the potential difference being measured, and it is capable of measuring very small potential difference. Means a potentiometer is called sensitive if it shows a large change in the balance length when there is a small change in the potential difference which is measured, or it is capable of measuring very small potential difference. The sensitivity of potentiometer depends on its potential gradient. A potentiometer is called more sensitive if its potential gradient is less. If the potential gradient of the potentiometer is less, then it is called more sensitive. Now, how we increase sensitivity? This is the question many times asked in the examination. Number 1, the sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased by increasing the length of potentiometer wire. So, if we increase the length of the potentiometer wire, then the sensitivity will increase because the potential gradient will decrease. Secondly, for a potentiometer of fixed length, the sensitivity is increased by decreasing the current in the wire. So if we reduce the value of current in the potentiometer wire, then the potential drop across the wire will reduce, and due to that the potential gradient will decrease, and hence the sensitivity of potentiometer will increase. Now students, we discuss one numerical problem related to potentiometer. Here the problem is a 10 meter long wire of uniform area of cross section of 20 ohm resistance is used as a potentiometer wire. The wire is connected in series with a battery of 5 volt along with an external resistance of 480 ohm. If an unknown EMF E is balanced at 600 cm of the wire, calculate number 1, potential gradient of the potentiometer, the value of unknown EMF E, and third one, how the balance point will change if external resistance is increased. Student, this is the circuit diagram in which a 10 meter long wire AB is stretched between 2 points. It is connected with a battery of 5 volt and an external resistance 480 ohm. Here this is the unknown EMF which is balanced on the wire at 600 cm. Now the main question is, number 1, what is potential gradient of the potentiometer wire? We know, students, the potential gradient is the potential per unit length. Now first of all we find the potential between the 2 points A and B of the potentiometer wire. For that we have to calculate first the current in the wire AB, and the value of current in the wire AB, I will be equal to V upon RB plus R, where RB is the resistance of the potentiometer wire and R is the external resistance. So the value of current in the wire AB will be equal to V divided by total resistance, and that is total resistance means the external resistance plus resistance of the wire AB. Here P is equal to 5 volt, R is equal to 480, and RB which is given, that is 20 ohm. So the value of current, that is equal to 5 upon 480 plus 20, that is 0.01 ampere. This is the value of current, students. Now the potential drop across the wire AB, that is VAB, will be equal to current multiplied by resistance by Ohm's law, and that is resistance of wire AB. Here I is equal to 0.01 multiplied by 20, or 0.2 volt. The potential gradient now, that is equal to VAB, potential drop across the wire AB divided by length of the wire AB, and that is V by L. So it is equal to 0.2 volt divided by 10 meter or 1000 centimeter. It is equal to 0.0002 volt per centimeter. So this is the first part of the question, how we have calculated the potential gradient. You can see, students, first we have calculated the value of current in the wire, then potential drop across the wire, and afterwards the potential gradient which is equal to potential drop divided by length. Now the next part of the question. Here it is given that the balancing length x is equal to 600 centimeter. Therefore, the unknown EMF E will be equal to K, that is potential gradient means potential drop per unit length multiplied by balance length. So here K we have calculated in the first part and value of x is given in the question. So E will be equal to 0.0002 multiplied by 600, that is 0.12 volt. Now for third part, students, let us discuss first how we find whether the balance point will shift on left side or right side on changing the value of external resistance. For this one, as we know that VAB is equal to current multiplied by resistance AB, and I is equal to we know V upon RAB plus R. So the value of VAB will be equal to V multiplied by RAB divided by RAB plus R. Or potential gradient is equal to VAB divided by L. So we divide this term by L. So we got this relation VRAB divided by RAB plus R multiplied by L. So this become potential gradient. Now the balance length X will be equal to E, the EMF of the experimental cell, divided by potential gradient K. So X will be equal to E by K. Now substitute the value of K. So we got X is equal to E into R plus AB multiplied by L divided by RAB into V. Student, if we increase the value of R, external resistance, here you see, if we increase the value of R, then X will also increase, the balancing length will also increase, means the balance point will shift towards B or will move away from point A. So if value of R increase, then the balancing length is also increased. So balance point will shift towards point B.